Hello viewers and welcome to our top-notch productions. I am your presenter Oyuga Z Omolo. I would like to invite you for our today's program, and as you're aware we have been discussing the set books, and this is one of the programs that will be about the discussions of the set books. Welcome and enjoy our programs. We have been now discussing the short story that is A Silent Song and other stories, and I believe that our previous discussions helped you a great deal when it comes to the interpretation of the text. Once again, we are here to delve into the fourth story of A Silent Song and Other Stories, and that is Ivory, Bungles by Eric Mngario of Tanzania. The second name is a little bit difficult to pronounce. I pronounce it as Mario of Tanzania. So welcome and feel part of our discussion. Ivory Bungles is a love story. This is the story of a warrior that at one point killed an elephant, and having killed the elephant with a poisoned arrow, he used the tusk of the elephant to make for his beautiful wife, Ivory Bungles. 8 of the bangles actually won on the woman's hands, and 4 of them each actually won on her legs. So that is a story that we have someone, a warrior, that has killed an elephant and has used the tusk of the elephants to make the beautiful bangles for his wife. Now, he has slaughtered a goat, and having slaughtered the goat, he realizes that there are some specks of blood on the liver of the goat. And this worries him because it is like a bad omen. And therefore, he actually decides to consult a seer over this matter. You see, this is a society that is superstitious. Anything actually that happens outside the prescriptions of the traditions actually is taken with some suspicion. So when he realizes that the liver of the goat that he slaughtered has got some blood, he decides to consult a seer over the matter. Then the seer tells him that someone is going to die. A wife is going to die. And this worries the man. And who is this wife that is going to die? The seer tells him that a wife who has never been molested by the husband is going to die. A wife that has never been beaten by the husband, because traditionally they believe that a good woman ought to have been beaten or molested by the husband and taken back to her family members. And after that there could be a reconciliation, a meeting called, and after that is when the woman can get back to her matrimonial home. So when the seer when the seer listens to his story of the specks of blood on the liver, he uses pebbles, and these pebbles are like spirits because they speak. And the spirits have it that a wife is going to die, and this wife has never been beaten by the husband, and therefore that is not very good according to their tradition. Now the warrior gets worried over this matter and takes this story back to his wife at Bakato. But when this happens, we get to know the story of love now. And that is why I believe strongly that the Ivory Bungles is a story of love. We get to know the attachment, the love that is between this warrior and the wife. So what are those elements of love that we can get from this story of the Ivory Bungles? Number 1 is that when the man arrives at home, the woman actually untraps his leather sandals and leads him behind the house. And behind the house, the wife bathes him and rubs him with sharp-smelling unguent. And that shows how this woman really loves the husband. leading the husband behind the house and beats him and rubs him with a sharp smelling unguent, and even untraps his leather sandals. Those are elements of love that we find in this story. So this is a story of love, as I've said, and we must understand it as such. The man calls the wife a girl. I think that is just a romantic way of addressing the wife. Of course, the wife is old enough now, and when the man calls him a girl, it actually reminds the man of maybe the youthful days. And that is a show of love and a show of that passion between the warrior and the wife. Then the wife prepares for the man some food to eat, even as they continue to story. Remember, there is fire in between them, and the woman is seated the other end, and the man this other end. They are talking about what the sea has talked about. Of course, even that setting of the fire in between the man and the woman is an indication of that passion and that love between the two of them. And therefore, we also would like to look at it in terms of love. Apart from that, this woman actually loves this man so much so that she prepares some good meal, even at the time that she has decided that he would pretend that the husband has beaten her, and he would go to her people crying, and after that there would be some level of reconciliation, and what would happen is that the man would come and they would be reconciled and to get back. But again, that is just a way to cheat death. Death and destiny can never be cheated. But let me just keep that aside as I delve into the fourth element of the love between these two people. The man admires his wife's smile, we are told. The wife has got white teeth, made whiter by the gap that is in between the two lower teeth. That makes the woman even more beautiful, and the man admires his wife because of that gap. We believe that women with gaps are actually having the elements of beauty. So you can see, even from that description of the woman having a gap and the white teeth is something that the man admires, and that shows the love between the two of them. The man also enjoys the taste, the smell in the pottage. The pottage is just a form of food that the wife makes for him, mashed in green bananas and finely shredded meat, in stock and vegetables and herbs, and the touch of the woman's hand. So that's a very lovely description of the kind of food that this woman makes for the husband. Is pottage made of mashed green bananas and finely shredded meat, and stock and vegetables, and also herbs, and this comes even as the woman touches the husband. So you can see that level and that kind of love that is between the two of them. The man appreciates the nice meal his wife cooks for him, and he makes this statement: "You cook, woman." So for me, Ivory Bungles is a story of love, and that is why I'm giving these elements of love. Of course, I'll be talking about destiny and probably traditions and superstition in my other presentations, but for this other presentation, I want to delve into the idea of a truly married woman who loves the husband. The woman wishes her husband long life, as he calls him the son of the chief, the woodcarver and a good warrior. Those are, praise names. You are a son of a chief, you are a good warrior, and you are also a woodcarver. So all this talk is about how much the woman loves the husband. The man has also resisted the temptation to marry a second wife. There is the pressure coming that because he's a counselor to the chief, and a counselor to the chief is actually a small chief, he should actually get a second wife. But he has resisted this temptation and has remained with his wife. And that shows that the man loves the woman, and loves the woman so dearly. And the man had actually presented the ivory bangles to the wife when they named their first son. Because they are staying with their grandson, the son of their son. And therefore, when he killed the elephant, made some ivory bangles, 8 of them for the hand, and 8 for them for the ankle, or what we call the leg. That actually was a show of love when this happened. The woman spreads her sleeping skin beside the husband. Now when they want to talk about what the seer said, so the woman spreads the skin beside the husband, and the husband actually moves closer to her, and the woman stretches herself beside him, placing her hands on his chest. And that is what we are told in the story. If that isn't love, then we do not know what love is. They are in deep love. The man looks at his wife languidly. That is what we are told, wondering how soon it would be before their grandson notices him. Maybe there are some elements of romance when this happens. So they were suspicious that maybe their grandson would wake up and see probably this kind of behavior. And lastly, as an element of love, she goes to the market, buys food, and prepares it for the husband, covering his food carefully and neatly. Then she takes a hoe and begins to weed part of the groove. The man said was very weedy. So she actually even takes the instructions of the husband. The husband had said some part of the groove was weedy, and therefore it needed to be cultivated or kind of hoed. That is what the woman is doing, because it doesn't want to displease the husband. Of course, this happens before maybe she decides that she will get back home and cheat death. But death can never be cheated. Unfortunately, as she's weeding this groove, that is when the elephants come and tramples on her. And that is the end of this woman. She dies. The Ivory Bungles is one of the captivating stories and a story of love. I've given you just the bit of love. But when I come back, I will be discussing fate, tradition, and superstition. Welcome. I hope you have enjoyed our story, and I believe that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you haven't done so, kindly do so and be part of our great discussions. May God bless you abundantly.